Hey everyone. So new week, new flow. For this week, getting a little bit more into some hips and some twists. So not only does this help with just basic things like walking, running, weight training, you name it, this is also going to help you sleep. What happens is that, especially if we're doing repetitive movements, whether it's in our exercise or just in our day-to-day life, we can sometimes get blockages. We can get things that feel stuck, feel a little sticky. So really trying to get into those stuck and sticky places. A lot of twists, a lot of hip openers can sometimes help open up the different pathways in your body, the different muscle groups, different ligaments, to help you feel like you got renewed a little bit, like you're a new person. So take what you need. You can make this as restorative or as intense as you'd like. Again, everything that I do is just geared towards helping you get to that level that you're looking for. So if you're looking to take it a little bit easier today, there's definitely space for you to do that. If you want to push yourself, there's also space for you to do that as well. As always, I'm here if you have any questions, any comments. Just enjoy, and hopefully you feel a little bit unstuck.
We're going to start in child's pose, Malasana. Bring your big toes to touch and knees wide, and then start to walk your hands towards the top of your mat. You can always take this with your knees closer together if you want to release in your low back more, but if you want to release in your hips more, keeping your knees wide will help. Just breathe here. Just start to engage yourself. Let your mind kind of reset itself before you start your flow. This is your reset button, this child's pose. Just let yourself release from the day. On your next inhale, come to tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Find some stability here. Bring your left foot out. Your left foot, the toes are pointing forward and it's going to be in line with your right knee. Now sink your hips back again, coming to half child's pose. So this is Ekapada Balasana. This is just really to help open up not only in your hips, but really in your inner and outer thigh muscles. Just make sure that your left foot is kind of in a parallel line with your right knee. This will help keep your hips in alignment. You can stay here as long as you want. You can pause. But if you're ready to move on, inhale, come back up. Keeping your leg out, bring your right hand up. Exhale, thread the needle in half child's pose. So you're coming down onto your right shoulder. Your right ear comes to the ground. Your left hand can stay on the left side of your mat, or maybe you walk it over to the right. So you're all kinds of twisted here. Breathe. If this is a little too intense, you can always not take it in half child's pose. Plant your left palm down, bring your right arm back up before you come into tabletop just to reset, and then come to half child's pose. Your right foot comes out, your right foot in line with your left knee. Sink your hips down and back as you stretch your hands forward. Keep your right toes pointed forward to help you keep your hips in alignment here. Maybe you sink back a little bit more, maybe you don't. Come back up high on your hands. Inhale, bring your left hand up high to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Your left shoulder comes to the ground as well as your left ear. Right palm stays on the right side of your mat, or maybe you walk it over towards the left side of the mat. Keep breathing here. Maybe you press down in your right palm to help open up more, but take this gently. This is just trying to integrate yourself into a yogic state of mind. Plant your right palm next to your face. Sweep your left hand back up before coming back to tabletop. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. On your next exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up high to the sky, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a deep bend into one knee and then the other. And then on a round of breath, inhale, bend your knees a lot, so much that maybe your torso comes to your thighs. And then exhale, re-straighten your legs just to help send your hips higher. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Just keep the pressure in your fingertips instead of your wrists. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, take teeny tiny steps. Walk your feet behind your hands, coming to forward fold. Inhale, slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Rise to standing attention, Samastiti. Bring your hands to heart center. Reintegrate from all those twists you just did. All right. From stand at attention, on your next inhale, come to mountain pose, Tadasana. Reach your arms up high, press down through your feet, and then see if you can squeeze your kneecaps up towards your face as you slightly tuck your tailbone to engage your back line. Roll your shoulders down your back, create space for your neck, and then twirl your pinkies in towards each other. Exhale, cactus arm twist to the right. Your arms come to cactus or goalpost arms as you twist to the right. This is just from your thoracic spine, so look down, make sure your hips are facing forward. Inhale, back up to mountain. Exhale, cactus twist to the left. See if you can squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other on your back, right to the center of your spine to help you twist a little bit deeper. You'll twist deeper as we go on in this Sun A. Inhale, back up to mountain pose. Exhale, back bend, goalpost or cactus your arms again. Now we're trying to send your hips forward as you let your back line lengthen. Inhale, back up to mountain. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive or hands through heart center. See if you can bring a little bit more weight to the balls of your feet here. Maybe bend into one knee and then the other. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Just trying to release in your back line as well as stretch through your hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, hands to shins or thighs. Right here, roll your shoulders onto your back. Nice long neck, think nice long neck. Slightly press your hands into your shins. Inhale. Exhale, squat and curl. Come up on the balls of your feet as your fingertips come down towards the ground. Tuck your chin in towards your chest to help stimulate your thyroid here. Now, see whatever you need to just take this 60%. So if you need to not be so high on the balls of your feet, perfectly fine. We'll move breath to movement now. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, cactus arm twist to the right. Inhale, back up to mountain. Exhale, cactus arm twist to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back bend, sink down. Inhale, reach back up, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat and curl, heels up, fingertips down. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you could come up higher on the balls of your feet, shine the tops of your feet forward towards the front of your mat, or maybe wrap one arm around your shins, maybe both. If you see me here, I'm kind of coming in and out of this a little bit, falling into it, so it's okay. One more time through. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, cactus twist to the right. Inhale, back up to mountain. Exhale, cactus twist to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back bend, goalpost or cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to high plank, top of a push-up. Press down through your hands, really roll your shoulder blades onto your back here. Engage your scapula muscles, your rotator cuff muscles. Take an inhale. Exhale, high to low or mid plank. Try to draw your elbows in here. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Pull your hands back as you roll your shoulders onto your back here in this Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. See if you can recenter yourself. Keep your shoulders engaged on your back. Press your fingertips in the mat to push your hips up and back. Just reset. Coming to Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. All right, on your next inhale, reach your right leg up high to the sky. Keep your right toes flexed and pointed down towards the ground. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your right foot in between your hands. Bring your right foot closer to your right hand. Set up here. On your next inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Keep up high on your back left toes as you bend through your right knee. Your hands come up to the sky. See if you can draw your tailbone to point down towards the ground. Really try to open up in your left hip flexor. Maybe bend your left knee in and out to help facilitate this. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, open arm twisted crescent. So your arms are opening up as you twist to the right. Again, keep your hips facing forward. This is only coming from your upper mid spine. Inhale, open up, star pose, big change. You're opened up to the left side of your mat, heels pointed in, toes pointed out. Maybe you draw your hands out a little bit more before coming to horse pose on your next exhale. Hands to heart center, sink into a squat. Keep your knees pointed over your mid toes here. Take an inhale. Exhale, move through star to come to warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. So your back foot is spun flat towards the ground as you bend through your right knee, arms out to 3 and 9 o'clock. So a little bit of a swift transition, but you're keeping it graceful. Inhale, reverse warrior. Stretch your right arm up and back as you keep the lunge in your right knee. Your left arm can wrap behind you. Just really lengthen through your right side body. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge to the top of your mat. Inhale, step back to high plank, shift forward. Exhale, high to low plank if you choose. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You always have the option to skip your chaturangas as well. All right, now we're coming to the left side. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up high. Flex your left toes, point them down towards the ground, just like we did on the right. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your left foot in between your hands, your left foot closer to your left hand. You know what's coming now. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana on the left. If you feel a little bit unstable, try widening your stance. So bringing your left foot out to the left more, your right foot out to the right more. Think more railroad tracks versus balance beam. Keep breathing into your right hip flexor, opening up here. Inhale. Exhale, open arm, twisted crescent to the left. So your right hand reaches forward, your left hand reaches back. Again, this twist is just from your upper mid spine. Keep your hips facing forward. Squeeze your inner thighs in for balance. Inhale, star pose. Sweep up and open to the right side of your mat. Exhale, horse pose, hands to heart center. Take some heel lifts here. Inhale, your heels are on the ground. Exhale, lift them up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. As you can see here, I'm keeping my tailbone drawn down towards the ground to help me slightly tuck my tailbone. Inhale, exhale, hold up at the top just for 3, 2, 1. Lower down, inhale. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Spin your back foot flat, open up your arms, bend through your left knee. Keep your left knee in line with your left middle toes. Inhale, reverse warrior. Stretch your left arm up and back. Keep the lunge in your left knee. Press down through your left foot even more to stretch open. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge, top of your mat. Inhale, step back to high plank. Exhale, high to low plank. Option to just hold high plank like I'm doing right here. When you're done, we'll meet in downward facing dog, whatever you choose. Just take a round of breath as you get to your downward facing dog to reset. Breath to movement. Now let's do it. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms up. Exhale, open twist to the right. Right hand reaches back. Inhale, star pose to the left side of your mat. Exhale, horse pose. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm stretches up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, one-legged plank if you choose. Exhale, option to take one-legged high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. We meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge, foot in between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms up. Exhale, open twist to the left. Right hand reaches forward. Inhale, star pose, sweep open to the right side of your mat. Exhale, horse pose. Inhale, exhale to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, left arm stretches up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, either high plank or option to do one-legged high to low plank, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Way to garner more heat in your body. Adding on a little bit more now. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, reach up. Exhale, open arm, twist crescent. Now adding on more here on your next inhale, exalted warrior. Drop your right hand to the back of your left thigh, your left hamstring, as your left hand reaches up and back. Try to keep yourself twisted forward if you can. Try to keep your hips forward and then twist as much as you can. And then inhale, open up into star pose. Exhale, horse pose. So you're wringing out a lot there as you come from that exalted warrior and then twisting open to star. Option to stay stationary in your horse, or as you can see, I brought my hands to my inner thighs and then I'm dropping one shoulder towards the midline and then coming back through center and then twisting the other one. Take whatever you need. We'll meet back in horse pose. On your next inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two, open up. You've got this. Inhale. Exhale, coming into balancing half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Now challenge yourself. As you can see here, I'm resting my right hand on my right shin and then trying to help myself open up as I keep my left leg in line with my torso. On your next exhale, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge to the front of your mat. Inhale, standing L. Bring your left leg in line with your torso. Your toes are pointed down towards the ground. Flex. Maybe you hover your hands here. And then coming into some Shiva squats from standing L. Inhale, standing L. Exhale, Shiva squat. Left knee behind your right knee. Inhale, standing L. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squat. Your hands can come down to the ground or maybe keep them at heart center, whatever you want. For the last Shiva squat, bring your hands to heart center. Hover here. Inhale, standing L. Exhale, low lunge. Drop your left toes to the back of your mat. Inhale, one-legged plank. Keep your right leg in line with your torso. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Here we go. On the left side, inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Foot comes in between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach your arms up high. Exhale, open twist to the left. Your right hand reaches forward. On your next inhale, exalted warrior. Reach your right arm up and back as your left hand rests on the back of your right thigh. So you're all kinds of twisted, all kinds of opening here through your side body. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other to help you balance as you stretch your right arm up and back. On your next inhale, unwind, sweep open to star pose to the right side of your mat. Exhale, horse pose, hands to heart center. Option to stay here or maybe take some more heel lifts. Or if you want, take one long heel lift like I'm doing and just hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale, open up to warrior two at the top of your mat. Take an inhale to prep and then exhale, come to balancing half moon. You can rest your hand on a block if you want, or if you want to take a challenge, again, just let your hands float free. Exhale, land back in warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the top of your mat, low lunge. Inhale, standing L. Bring your right foot up in line with your torso. Flex your right toes down. Maybe you have your hands. Inhale here. Exhale, Shiva squat. So now we're taking this drill on the other side. Inhale for standing L. Exhale, Shiva squat. Drawing your right knee behind your left knee this time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going and hold your last Shiva squat. Inhale, come back to standing L. Exhale, low lunge. Drop your right toes to the back of your mat. Inhale, one-legged plank. Exhale, option for Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank, meeting back in downward facing dog. Well done. Way to wring it out. Way to generate even more heat. All right, we're adding on here, switching it up a little bit as well. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your foot in between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach your arms up high. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, come to exalted warrior. Your right hand comes to the back of your left thigh and your left hand is stretching up and back. Now bring your right hand towards your sacrum, your low back, and square yourself forward. Inhale, come to warrior three with your right hand resting on your low back or even your bum. We're going to take some lat pulls with your left hand. Your hand's going to outreach, and then exhale, draw your left shoulders onto your back, your left scapula muscles. Keep doing these lat pulls. Keep your left leg in line with your torso. Exhale, land in crescent lunge with airplane arms. Stretch your hands up and back. Your palms can face down or towards each other. Inhale, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Spin your back foot flat to the ground. Keep your hips squared forward as you bend through your right knee. So you're really opening up in your left inner thigh muscles. Breathing here. Exhale, bring your hands to a bind behind your back. Inhale, lengthen your bind down. Look up to the sky. Exhale, humble warrior. Keep your bind. As your bind comes up, you're hinging forward. You're coming to the inside of your right leg. See if you can keep your torso from resting on your right leg. Keep stretching your hands back and up as you keep hinging forward. Keep your shoulders opening here. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the ground, coming to runner's lunge. Hands come to the inside of your right foot. Bring your right foot up and out as much as you need. You can stay up high on your left toes or come down to your left knee. Maybe even roll to the outside edge of your right foot to help open up in your hip. You can stay up high on your hands. If you want to come down to your forearms as I'm demoing, go for it. Just let yourself breathe here. This is kind of like active recovery from that warrior three with lat pulls. What craziness. Who programmed that? Crazy person. You can stay here as long as you like. If you're ready to move on, come back up high on your hands. Inhale, sweep your right leg up high. Exhale, scorpion tail. Draw your right heel over towards the left side of your mat, maybe even coming into wild thing like I'm demoing. Your right foot comes to the ground and then your hips stretch up as your right hand is free floating. Inhale, spin back to downward facing dog when you are ready. Coming to the left side now, just one more side. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge, foot comes in between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach up. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Your right hand is reaching forward. Inhale, exalted warrior, left hand rests to the back of your right thigh. Now shift your left hand towards your sacrum, square yourself forward. Inhale, flying warrior three, but halfway, so your right leg is in line with your torso. Inhale, exhale, lat pull. Draw your left scapula or your right scapula muscles onto your back as your right arm starts to reach forward and then comes in. Forward and then comes in. If you need to slow this down, go for it. Exhale, crescent lunge, airplane arms. Bend through your left knee. Inhale, revert or warrior one. Spin your back foot flat to the mat. Bend through your left knee. Square your hips forward. We've done so much twisting here, so much hip opening. So you've got the warmth, you've got the length here. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to a bind behind your back. Lengthen your bind down the back, and then on your next exhale, humble warrior. Hinge forward. Your chest bind can stay, your hand bind can stay up or even start to fold over if you choose. The goal here is to try to not let your left torso rest on your left thigh. Try to stay on the inside of your left thigh. Keep yourself squared here. On your next exhale, runner's lunge. Bring your hands down to the mat, to the inside of your left leg. Maybe your left foot comes up and out a little bit more. Maybe you roll to the outside edge of your left foot. You can come down long on your right leg as well, unless you want to keep it a little bit more active. You don't have to do anything that doesn't feel right. You've got a couple more rounds of breath here. If you want to come down onto your forearms, go for it. If you want to stay up high on your hands like I am, stay there. Take an inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Come back to that stance. Inhale, sweep your left leg up high. And then exhale, scorpion tail, option to come to wild thing on the other side. This is basically half wheel if you think about it. Take an inhale. Sweep your left leg back up high. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Fantastic job. You're doing so good. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward. Exhale, Malasana, Yogi Squat to the top of your mat. Bring your left foot behind your left hand, your right foot behind your right hand. Sink your hips down and then bring your hands to heart center. So as you do so, make sure to breathe here and adjust your feet if needed. You can bring your feet as wide or as narrow as you need. This all depends on your own body makeup, your own build, and where your hips are. You can stay here, or if you'd like to take some half twists with me, bring your left hand down to the mat and then reach your right hand up to the sky. You can almost leverage your left arm against your left leg. And then inhale, come to center. Exhale, switch it out. Right hand to the mat, left hand reaches up, just helping to get into side bodies a little bit deeper. To come out of this, gently push your hips up, coming to almost a halfway lift, and then step your feet back, coming to tabletop. Swing your legs out in front of you. I'm coming to the side of my mat, but you don't have to. We're setting up for side bend, fold over our legs, Janu Sirsasana. So bring your left leg out to the side, your right foot into your pelvis. Reach your hands up and then exhale, twist and fold over your left leg. Now you can't see it just because unfortunately I'm cut off here, but I've got my fingers interwoven and then I've got my hands around the ball of my left foot. So you can do this and bend your left knee as much as you need to try to reach your hand to your feet, or just reach for your ankle or even your shin, whatever works for you. Just let yourself really fold deep over your left leg. Inhale, come back to center, and then switch it out. Bring your right leg out to the side and then your left foot into your pelvis. Now you can see where I'm going. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, twist and fold. Either interlace your fingers and bring them to the ball of your right foot, bending your right knee as much as you need, or you can forego the bind and then just reach for your ankle or your shin. This is really going to help you to not only compress, but also to help open up in your back line as well. Keep breathing. The breath is so important here. Deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. Inhale, reach your hands back up to the sky. And then if you came to the side, go ahead and just bring your feet to the top of your mat again. Otherwise, if you didn't let yourself go to the side, then just reach both legs out long in front of you. Bring your hands up high. Exhale, seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So this is all about just letting your torso compress into the mat or into your thighs. So just press your glutes into the mat and then just let your head hang here. Let the natural weight of your upper torso draw it towards your lower half of your body. Hands resting wherever you'd like. Inhale, reach back up. Bring your arms out in front of you. Now let's play a game. Let's try to come down as slow as we can onto our backs. Can you beat me right here? I'm going as slow as I can and I'm down. If you beat me, congratulations. I'm smiling just for you. Go ahead and bring the soles of your feet flat to the mat. Just reset here. Home stretch now. Inhale, bridge pose. Press your feet down into the mat as you lift up through your glutes and your hip flexors. Draw your shoulders onto your back. Maybe you even interlace your hands underneath you. Keep breathing. Press your feet down as you lift through your hip flexors and your glutes. Keep your chin away from your chest. Exhale, lower down. Bring your feet to fallen bridge. So bring your feet wide and your knees knock into the center, and then drop one knee over towards the side and then the other, just helping to release in your IT bands here. Bringing your feet back to center, come to supine figure 4. Bring your right foot towards your left thigh, and then maybe your left foot stays down or your left leg comes up and you interlace your hands behind your left thigh. See if you can keep your right knee trending towards the top right corner of your mat to really help open up here. Keep your shoulders on your mat though. If your shoulders start to lift up, then maybe drop your left foot towards the ground a little bit. On your next exhale, bring your left foot down, let your right foot join it, and then switch it out. Bring your left foot towards the top of your right thigh, and then option to keep your right foot down or lift your right foot and then interlace your hands behind your right leg. Again, see if you can, while drawing your right knee into your chest, keep your left knee trying to point forward towards the upper left part of your mat. Keep breathing here. Just feel this openness all in your hips. Exhale, release, lower down. Go ahead and maybe drop your knees to the left and to the right. Just a little bit of windshield wiper action here. On your next inhale, happy baby, Ananda Balasana. Reach for the outside or inside edges of your feet or your ankles or your shins. Keep your shoulders on the mat. Your entire spine is on the mat all the way to your tailbone. Maybe you open up, maybe straighten one leg here. Maybe you rebend that leg and then straighten through the other leg. And then maybe you straighten through both legs. This is actually really good prep for our finisher. So kind of taking a little bit of a walk away from just standard half splits. Bring your fingers to your left big toe. Keep your right leg long on the mat, coming to supine hand to big toe pose. So you're straightening through your left leg, and then maybe you keep your left leg straight as you drop your left leg over to the right side of your mat. I had my right hand on the outside edge of my left foot, but you can also just let your right leg come straight. Your left leg comes straight over towards the right side of your mat for supine twist. So you can have a straight leg supine twist or bend in your left knee, your choice. Keep breathing here. Just enjoy the twist regardless of how you took that. And then bring your left knee back to center your left leg, and then let your left leg come long on the mat. On your next inhale, supine hand to big toe pose. So your right fingers come to your right big toe, straighten through your right leg, and then option to keep your right leg straight and then bring your left hand to the outside edge of your right foot, keeping your right leg straight as you drop it over towards the left for straight leg supine twist, or bend in your right knee, your choice, whatever feels good for you. This is your finisher. Keep the twist here in your upper spine. Keep your shoulders planted on the mat. Keep breathing here, massaging your digestive system, your internal organs here. Inhale, draw your right knee back to center, and then bring your legs into your chest, coming into ball pose. Really squeeze everything in here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more inhale. Exhale, come to your Shavasana. I'm taking recline bound angle, keeping the soles of my feet together and my knees wide, but take what you need for your Shavasana.
Amazing work. Good job. You made it through your flow. You did what felt right to you for this time. As always, you can always do this more than once. So if you decide you want to do this again, or maybe do it even later in the day, you can start your day with it and end your day with it. You can also make it restorative at night and maybe a little more intense in the morning. Whatever you chose for yourself right now, amazing work, because it was what you needed to get yourself going after you get off your mat. So take this time just to relax, to soak in everything that you did, everything that you opened up, got unstuck, feel a little less sticky. Hopefully, whatever you did for today, everything that you tried on, everything that you brought to your day, to your flow, hopefully as you come up off your mat, or maybe you are taking a Shavasana with legs up the wall, whatever it is, when you come off your mat, hopefully you feel a little bit more fluid, a little bit more open, and a little bit more clear in terms of what's going on in life. Hopefully you are able to really take it to the next level as you come off of your mat. Whether it's a little bit or a lot that you feel like you gained today, a little bit goes a long way. Remember that. Have a great Shavasana.